Howdy folks, Keywii here, and welcome back to The Longing, a safe space in which to be awesome, where time passes by at a slower rate. Though, obviously between episodes, time changes differently. Now, when we last left off, we were planning on going back to our house to, to see all the cool stuff that I got and put it away. But, time has passed. It has now been a week. Hang on, let me, I'm trying to open the image, but it's not working. It's on the wrong monitor. I'll be right back. All right, I was able to shift the map that I was trying to open to the other monitor. All right, so we are now headed towards you, I believe, for 1 week. Let me take a look. Yeah, this is why we have a map. Walk for now. Let's take a look. Let's go there. Let's go. So how's your guys been? You been good? Hopefully you've had a good time recently. I can't speak for myself. I've had an excellent time. Let's take a walk. Let's go. All right, so we're just gonna head over to the area that took 1 week for time to progress and change. And you know what? In the meantime, we're just gonna enjoy. We're just gonna enjoy each other's company. It's gonna be a good time. Now, obviously, I'm a little hungry. I don't always eat before I record. It is a lunchtime activity, and I got a pizza waiting in the freezer for me to put in the oven and cook and eat and enjoy. So I'm very excited for that once this batch of episodes has concluded. But for now, we're just walking. We're just walking and talking. We're enjoying each other's company, and if we ever get the second Matic, which, hopefully I do. If I ever get that, then I'm going to not break it. That'd be cool. I would love to work on my house. A thing I wanted to do, but fucked up because I'm stupid. I can pick up this coal, and honestly I should. I got 2 pieces of coal right here. 1 piece of coal right here. And blammo. Blammo. This is a great place to farm for coal. Alright, now we go. Let's go! Alright, we're going through there, and we're going... I'm not sure what my exact path is here. I could go up there and through there. I could go out over there and around up there. There's a lot of directions I could be going, and if I had a Matic, that'd be awesome. Look at all these Matic usages I could have. I just don't have any right now. It's just not happening. Okay, no, we're going across this time. I don't know why, or where, or what, but here we go. It has been 1 full week since I last went to the location I tried to go. And you know what? You know what? I'm happy that I get to do the cool things. Right, so today the plan is that we go towards the new thing, interact with that. After that, we go home just to use a Matic. Now I learned my lesson. That crack on that glass, that's a lesson learned, is what that is. That crack right there, I've learned. Now, if we ever find a third Matic, I'll waste a second on that, but only so I can know for certain that I can't actually get in there. Okay, alright, we're going up this way. That's fine. Up the stairs we go. You know, walking upstairs, I wonder how big these caves really are. You know, I've seen a little bit of the caves, I believe. Walking upstairs is great exercise. I feel like you would get stronger legs. Granted, you go at a slow pace, so maybe not. You don't burn enough energy to justify getting stronger. You don't break the muscles for them to regrow better than before. You're at such a pace that you would atrophy if you ever stopped. Alright, we're getting close here. We're definitely on the right room. Yes, it fell. I wasn't there to see it, unfortunately, but hey, that's fine. Here we are. We're here now. What is up this way? Hopefully this stalactite came down from above to help me out. I just hope I don't get impaled by one someday. There's not too many. Hang on. Is that a piece of wood? I could use a piece of wood. I don't know what for, but you know what? It's fine. A building bed. Right. I'm forgetful. Alright, what's in here? Blue crystal and a face. That's something. 2 blue crystals and a face. I'm going to go all the way to the right before I talk to this face. Yeah, there you go. Talk to face. I will not talk to face yet. Use a matic. Okay. I've now explored the entirety of this room. Let's interact with the stuff. That's my whole philosophy, really. Hello, face. How are you? I am well, thank you. How are you? Can you help me with these thoughts? How can I overcome the darkness? What lies beyond this cave? What will happen after the 400 days? I will grant you my wisdom, but I demand an offering in return. Give 20 moss. I have 9 moss. I don't have that. What lies beyond this cave? I will grant you my wisdom, but I demand an offering in return. 5 disappointments of 6. How can I overcome the darkness? Grant you my wisdom, but in demand... Hang on. There we go. Nice. Hello? Hello? Alright. The way to light is blocked by total darkness. You will only overcome darkness if you learn to become darkness. This way you will be invisible to it. But you will only achieve this if you delve deep into your own mind in conscious loneliness. Interesting. Hello? Hello? Okay, so you only pay once. I've learned a thing. That's pretty cool. How do I forget? How do I forget a location? I mean, I might as well replace that with this, right? Because that's where I was going. Yeah. In case I ever want to come back to the face. I got an achievement, though. That was pretty cool. Anyway, go home. Let's go back home and see if all is right. I'm pretty sure all is right, and that's fine. Let's see. Let's take a look at the map. We got something that'll take 2 weeks. It hasn't been 14 days yet, so you know. You know. But that's fine, that's fine. I'm just gonna go home. Gonna walk on home, and I got my wood. I got some cool stuff in the Halls of Eternity. I'm gonna see about putting that in my house. I got some curtains, I got like a horse head. Pretty sure. That might have been a video I watched. I think I got the horse head. I don't know. I got cool stuff, is what I got. So we're gonna go see about putting that in the house, and that's gonna be great. So let's see here. Let's assess what the face told us. To go through darkness, you have to become darkness, and then you'll find light. So that's about the gist of what I remember he said. While I walk, I'm going to take a look at the map. And it's gonna bring me here. I could have... I guess going around this way is slightly faster. I don't know. I don't know which way is faster. It is just a multitude of directions I could be going. I do enjoy this map that I took a picture of. It is neat. I love the... well, not the idea. I love the capability of being able to hold a map. Just, it's my map. I get it. It's cool. It's mine. Don't touch it. It's mine. Alright, so I need another disappointment in order to get, to get the information. I regret ever looking at that with a Matic and saying, man, that's a great idea. Because it wasn't. I need to start collecting more coal. Yeah. Because I have gotten... well, I spent some. I wonder if I need the disappointments for anything. I might not. I don't know. I genuinely don't know if I need the disappointments for anything. Ooh, we're about to hit... we're about to go below 10 hours. That's pretty cool. That's neat. Alright, I'm going to jump down. No, I'm going to walk around. Interesting. Apparently I don't go the fastest route. Unless I'm going through this door, in which case, what the hell? That isn't the right way. I could have just jumped down from that ledge over there, and that would have been fine. But no, I had to, I had to go back. Oh, well, damn it. Time to go walk back home. Yeah, specifically walk. It's not like nothing else, you know, you're specifically walking. But oh well. So let's see here. At home, I could make another painting. I could definitely make another picture. The ones I got are pretty good. I got that hand. I got daytime, which is awesome. Let's see here. But yeah, mostly I'm gonna decorate. Gonna see what's what. Wow. Head back down towards the king. And, you know, we got the king and we got, well, we got the way I can go, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. I like it. Oh, also, for the, excuse me. For the caves that lead to the Hall of Eternity, I did go back and color code them. Just so it would be easy to remember which way is which. Just having a bunch of red lines everywhere wasn't, you know, didn't work out for me. So I still have the red lines, but only the easiest of red lines. And then I have a bunch of colored numbers. 1 to 1, 2 to 2, and so on. And that's just how it is. That's just how I do. Hey, King! It's been 8 days. Well, it's been almost 8 days. It's been a week and a little bit. I don't want to wake you up, but you know. You snore. You might want to get that checked out. That usually means that you're sleeping on your lungs wrong. Not many healthy people snore that, well, I guess healthy is the wrong word. Not many people snore generally. They just don't. And you know what? That's fine. That's not my prerogative. That's their prerogative. So we're gonna go in here. We're gonna interact with our home. We're gonna relax. Is what we're gonna do. Now, I've seen nearly every part of the cave, and that's fine. Looking at the map that I got. Awaken the King? Nah, too early. Other than the ways I can't go, I've been to every bit of the cave. Well, except for the upper bits. I'm gonna go to them later. Eventually. I need to eventually make my way there. But for now, we're back in our home. Running water. What? Oh, I got running water. Hey! And my stuff's already here. Go get that coal. Adjust flow. Yeah, pick up. I'm going to see about adjusting the flow. The constant noise of running water is driving me insane. Okay. The soothing music of running water is calming my nerves. So it's a case of, like, whatever you want, you know? Now, hang on. Oh, I can move this. Okay. I was going to be like, hey, can I move this? I can. I'm going to use this as my inspiration. That's my inspiration wall. And I'm going to play me some music, and then I'm going to take a look at the books I got. That's pretty cool. Draw. Because now I got more paper, and that's pretty neat. I'll figure that out in a moment. For now, I want to make some music. Now, it doesn't make different notes based on where I put my pointer. The Symphony for the Ages. Can I? Oh, hey! You know what? I didn't know you could play different music like that. That's pretty baller. There you go. That one was an actual bunch of music. Anyway, let's go sit down and let's do some reading. It's been a while since I last read anything, and we're gonna see about doing some reading. Yes, perfect. Now, what kind of books do we got now? Well, let's read a book. All right, we got Metamorphoses and the Six Swans. Let's read my thoughts first. All right, so birthday will be a bit sooner. The king warned me that I should never leave this place. I wish I could dream of another place. Turn off idle reading. All right, so will I ever overcome it? I could use a map of the kingdom. The cave is supposedly full of hidden places. Wonder, I've seen a lot of places, but not everything. That's true. There is a secret library somewhere in the kingdom. My dream is to have a book that never ends. I read all about the Halls of Eternity, a place where time stands still. I've learned that only a fool tries to reach the end of eternity. Face told me the way to light is blocked by total darkness. Okay, so to get to light, you got to go through dark. You will only overcome darkness if you learn to become darkness. Don't know how to do that. This way you will be invisible to it, but you will only achieve this if you delve deep, deep into your mind. You were idle reading, as I told you not to do. Deep, deep into your own mind in conscious loneliness. Since I have some spare time while I'm waiting, I could try to make use of it. After all, time goes by fast, or keep my mind preoccupied. I wish I had more colors for my art studies. Yeah. I definitely need more pictures on my wall, especially lice pictures. Don't know what that means. A mattock would be nice. A bed would be a nice addition to my furniture. I could use some running water in my home. Luckily, I don't need to eat. It would be nice to grow some pretty mushrooms. Okay, I have 6 disappointments. Where did the 6th one come from? I was told I have 5. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. So, a disappointment that I got is when I try and open this game, but my internet connection's out, which they're currently working on the internet lines out in the street. So that's been happening off and on this week. So when I tried to record this earlier, I opened the game and it said, "You're not connected to the internet." What a disappointment! And I didn't know that counted. Apparently it does. So cool. Well, I can't think of anything else right now. So you know. All right, we got the Goose Girl. We got Spoke. All right, so let's see here. That's 12 pages. This was 19, and I'm done that one. 49 and 12. All right, let's read the 6 Swans. Actually, no. Let's read the Goose Girl. Let's go from the top and make it a little better. All right. There once was a time an old queen whose husband had been dead for many years, and she had a beautiful daughter. When the princess grew up, she was betrothed to a prince who lived at a great distance. When the time came for her to be married, and she had to journey forth to the distant kingdom, the aged queen packed up her many costly vessels of silver and gold and trinkets. Excuse you, I'm reading a book. Of trinkets also of gold and silver, and cups and jewels, in short, everything which appertained to royal dowry, for she loved her child with all her heart. She likewise sent her maid-in-waiting, who was to ride with her, and hand her over to the bridegroom. And each had a horse for the journey, but the horse of the king's daughter was called Falada, and could speak. So when the hour of parting would come, the aged mother went into her bedroom, took a small knife, and cut her finger until it bled. And then she held a white handkerchief to it, into which she let 3 drops of blood fall, gave it to her daughter, and said, "Dear child, preserve this carefully. It will be of service to you on your way." So they took a sorrowful leave of each other. The princess put the piece of cloth in her bosom, mounted her horse, and then went away to her bridegroom. After she had ridden for a while, she felt a burning thirst, and said to her waiting maid, "Dismount and take my cup which thou hast brought with thee for me, and get me some water from the stream, for I should like to drink." "If you are thirsty," said the waiting maid, "get off your horse yourself and lie down and drink out of the water. I don't choose to be your servant." So in her great thirst the princess alighted, bent down over the water in the stream and drank, and was not allowed to drink out of the golden cup. Again, excuse you. Motorcycles breaking my immersion. Over the stream, golden cup. Then she said, "Ah, heaven!" And the 3 drops of blood answered, "If thy mother knew this, her heart would break." But the king's daughter was humble, said nothing, and mounted her horse again. She rode some miles further, and the day was warm. The sun scorched her, and she was thirsty once more. And when she came to a stream of water, she again cried to her waiting maid, "Dismount and give me some water in my golden cup." For she had long ago forgotten the girl's ill words. But the waiting maid said still more haughtily, "If you wish to drink, drink as you can. I don't choose to be your maid." Then in her great thirst the king's daughter alighted, bent over the following stream, wept, and said, "Ah, heaven!" And the drops of blood again replied, "If thy mother knew this, her heart would break." And as she was thus drinking and leaning right over the stream, the handkerchief with 3 drops of blood fell out of her bosom and floated away with the water without her observing it. So great was her trouble. The waiting maid, however, had seen it, and she rejoiced to think that she had now power over the bride, for since the princess had lost the drops of blood, she had become weak and powerless. So now when she wanted to mount her horse again, the one that was called Falada, the waiting maid said, "Wait, what?" The one that was called Falada, the waiting maid said, "Falada is more suitable for me, and my nag will do for thee." And the princess had to be content with that. Then the waiting maid, with many hard words, bade the princess again exchange her royal apparel and for her shabby clothes, and at length she was compelled to swear by the clear sky above her that she would not say one word of this to any one at the royal court. And if she had not taken this oath, she would have been killed on the spot. But Falada saw all this and observed it well. The waiting maid now mounted Falada, and the true bride of the bad horse, and thus what? And the true bride, the bad horse. Oh, right. Okay. Until at length they entered the royal palace. There were great rejoicings over her arrival, and the prince sprang forward to meet her, lifted the waiting maid from her horse, and thought she was his consort. She was conducted upstairs, but the real princess was left standing below. Then the old king looked out the window and saw her standing in the courtyard, and how dainty and delicate and beautiful she was, and instantly went to the royal apartment and asked the bride about the girl she had with her, who was standing down below in the courtyard, and who was she, and who she was. "I picked her up on my way for a companion. Give the girl something to work at, that she may not stand idle." But the old king had no work for her, and knew of none. So he said, "I have a little boy who tends the geese. She may help him." The boy was called Conrad, and the true bride had to help him to tend the geese. Soon afterwards, the false bride said to the young king, "Dearest husband, I beg you to do me a favor." He answered, "I will do so most willingly." Older English. Then said for the knacker, and have the head of the horse on which I rode here cut off, for it vexed me on the way. In reality, she was afraid that the horse might tell how she had behaved to the king's daughter. Then she succeeded in making the king promise that it should be done, and the faithful Falada was to die. This came to the ears of the real princess, and she secretly promised to pay the knacker a piece of gold if he would perform a small service for her. There was a great dark-looking gateway in the town, through which morning and evening she had to pass with the geese. Would he be so good as to nail Falada's head on it, so that she might see him again? More than once the knacker man promised to do that, and cut off the head and nailed it fast beneath the dark gateway early in the morning. When she and Conrad drove out their flock beneath this gateway, she said in passing, "Alas, Falada, hanging there." Then the head answered, "Alas, young queen, how ill you fare. If this your tender mother knew, her heart would surely break in two." Then they went still further out of town. And drove their geese into the country. And when they had come to the meadow, she sat down and unbound her hair, which was like pure gold. And Conrad saw it and delighted in its brightness, and wanted to pluck it out a few hairs. Then she said, "Blow, blow thy gentle wind, I say, blow Conrad's little hat away, and make him chase it here and there, until I have braided all my hair, and bound it up again." And there came such a violent wind that it blew Conrad's hat far away from across country, and he was forced to run after it. When he came back, she was finished combing her hair, and was putting it up again, and he could not get any of it. Then Conrad was angry, and would not speak to her. And thus they watched the geese until that evening, and then they went home. Next day, when they were driving the geese out through the dark gateway, the maiden said, "Alas, Falada, hanging there." Falada answered, "Alas, young queen, how ill you fare. If this your tender mother knew, her heart would surely break in two." And she sat down again in the field and began to comb out her hair. And Conrad ran and tried to clutch it. So she said in haste, "Blow, blow thy gentle wind, I say, blow Conrad's little hat away, and make him chase it here and there, until I have braided all my hair, and bound it up again." Then the wind blew and blew off his little hat, off his head, and far away, and Conrad was forced to run after it. And when he came back, her hair had been put up a long time, and he could get none of it. So they looked after their geese till evening came. But in the evening they had come home. Conrad went to the old king and said, "I won't tend the geese with that girl any longer." "Why not?" inquired the aged king. "Oh, because she vexes me the whole day long." Then the aged king commanded him to relate what it was that she did to him. And Conrad said, "In the morning, when we pass beneath the dark gateway with the flock, there is a sorry horse's head on the wall, and she says to it, 'Alas, Falada, hanging there.' And head replies, 'Alas, young queen, how ill you fare. If this your tender mother knew, her heart would surely break in two." And Conrad went on to relate what happened on the goose pasture, and how when there he had to chase his hat. The aged king commanded him to drive his flock out again next day, and as soon as morning came, he placed himself behind the dark gateway, and heard how the maiden spoke to the head of Falada, and then he too went into the country, and hid himself in the thicket in the meadow. There he soon saw with his own eyes the goose girl and the goose boy bringing their flock, and how after a while she sat down and unplaited her hair, which shone with radiance. And soon she said, "Blow, blow thy gentle wind, I say, blow Conrad's little liat away, and make him chase it here and there, until I have braided all my hair, and bound it up again." Then came a blast of wind that carried off Conrad's hat. Is liat not... I don't know if there's typos in these things. And bound it up again, hat, so that he had to run far away, while the maiden quietly went on combing and plaiting her hair, all of which the king observed. Then, quite unseen, he went away, and when the goose girl came home in the evening, he called her aside and asked why she did all these things. I may not tell you that, and I dare not lament my sorrows to any human being, for I have sworn not to do so by the heaven which is above me. If I had not done that, I should have lost my life. He urged her and left her no peace, but he could draw nothing from her. Then said he, If thou wilt not tell me anything, tell thy sorrows to the iron stove there. And he went away. Then she crept into the iron stove and began to weep and lament, and emptied her whole heart, and said, Here I am deserted by the whole world, and yet I am a king's daughter, and a false waiting maid has by force brought me to such pass that I have been compelled to put off my royal apparel. And she has taken my place with my bridegroom, and I have to perform menial service as a goose girl. If my mother did not know that, her heart would break. Did but know that, her heart would break. The aged king, however, was standing outside by the pipe of the stove, and was listening to what she said, and heard it. Then he came back again, and bade her come out of the stove, and royal garments were placed on her, and it was marvelous how beautiful she was. The aged king summoned his son, and revealed to him that he had got the false bride, who was only a waiting maid, but that the true one was standing there as the sometime goose girl. The young king rejoiced with all his heart when he saw her, beauty and youth, and a great feast was made ready, to which all the people and all good friends were invited. At the head of the table sat the At the head of the table sat the bridegroom with the king's daughter at one side of him, and the waiting maid on the other. But the waiting maid was blinded, and did not recognize the princess in her dazzling array. When they had eaten and drunk and were merry, the aged king asked the waiting maid as a riddle what a person deserved who had behaved in such a way to her master, and at the same time related the whole story, and asked what sentence such an one merited. Then the false bride said she deserves no better fate than to be stripped entirely naked and put in a barrel which is studded inside with pointed nails, and 2 white horses should be harnessed to it, which will drag her along through one street after another till she is dead. It is thou, said the aged king, and thou hast pronounced thine own sentence, and thus shall it be done unto thee. And when the sentence had been carried out, the young king married his true bride, and both of them reigned over their kingdom in peace and happiness. Ooh, harsh stories. Still, though, very interesting. I did enjoy reading that to you all. How the time flies. I should be reading more. But thank you, everyone, for joining me. Of course, I've been Keywii. This has been The Longing, and you've been great, too. Don't ever change. Yourself a delightful day. I love you all. Goodbye.